Welcome to the Computer Organization tutorial. Gonna talk about cache memory. Typical cache organization. But before we proceed for further discussion, let's define first what is cache memory. Cache memory is a memory inside the processor or the central processing unit which act as a fast-acting memory. It stores data that the processor will access. The typical cache organization have an elements. What are those? We have processor, cache memory, control lines, data lines, address lines, data and address buffer, system bus. We'll also talk about the cache hit and cache miss. Let's proceed now to the discussion proper. We have the diagram of typical cache organization. In this diagram, we can see the said elements, the processor, cache memory, address buffer, data buffer, and the system bus are connected by the different lines such as the control, data, and address lines. In this organization, the cache connects to the processor via data, control, and address lines. The data and address lines also attach to data and address buffers, which attach to a system bus from which main memory is reached. I was mentioned earlier the cache hit and cache miss, but let's first talk about the cache hit. What is cache hit? Let's see the diagram. As we can see, the color red blinking arrow shows that the lines are disabled, and the yellow blinking arrow shows that the arrows are enabled for communication. It's mean to say that cache hit occurs when the data and address buffers are disabled. The communication is only between the processor and cache with no system bus traffic. Now let's see what is cache miss. Look on the diagram. As we can see, the violet-colored shape travels along the lines from the address lines, passes through the address buffer, and the desired address is loaded onto the system bus, and the data are returned through the data buffer to both the cache and the processor. In other organizations, the cache is physically interposed between the processor and the main memory for all data, address, and control lines. In this latter case, for a cache miss, the desired word is first read into the cache and then transferred from cache to processor. Thank you for watching.